All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you, IGTV, YouTube, and Facebook. It's 9 minutes with me from Rosie's Corner here, the official pizza shop of the ML Sports Platter. You got to get down here just off of the Bartell Road exit, Route 11 in Brewerton. The place is amazing. It's popping right now. Actually, there's a lot of activity on a Fish Friday. They've got their pizza wing combos, you name it, sandwiches, hot subs, cold subs, you name it. It's just a terrific place to be. Gift cards are always available. You can get them now on Grubhub as well. So be on the lookout for that and take some desserts home with you. Up front, cookies, and more. I want to get into the Frozen Four a little bit. I went to Buffalo last night for both games, and this event is everything that it is hyped up to be. We made 2 wing stops at Elmo's and then Gabriel's Gate. Gabriel's are my favorite chicken wings in Buffalo. And then we went to the draft room for maybe about a half hour, and then we went into the arena. And I have to say, I mean, it was decked out. The city looked amazing. The arena looked amazing. And hockey fans were everywhere in Buffalo. People travel from near and far. There was a gentleman who I ran into who had a North Dakota Fighting Sioux jersey on. His buddy had one, and they're from Minnesota, but they're huge North Dakota fans. They've been going to the Frozen Four every year since 1997. These people are unbelievable diehards. A couple people were there and had gone to the Philadelphia Frozen Four, and they were at the Buffalo Frozen Four back in 2003. So it was cool to talk to a lot of hockey fans, a lot of people who rooted for. It could have been North Dakota, it could have been Boston College, it could have been the 4 teams in the Frozen Four: Providence, UMass, Minnesota, Duluth, and Denver. And speaking of the 2 games, we left a little bit early so that I could get home at least decent time, around 1, as opposed to 2 or 2:30. And I stayed for overtime. But UMass, in what could be one of the most incredible runs in sports history, in collegiate sports history, they're 1 win away from winning a national championship. This is a program that's only been around for like 25 years, but man, do they have some really good players, and they're fast as hell. They move the puck really, really quickly, and they can score a shitload of goals. And it was 3-3 going into OT last night, and the freshman defenseman pops one in from the top. So UMass is a really, really good team. I think they're going to have their work cut out for them, though, in the final with the Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs. This team is so deep, so balanced, so versatile. When you take a look at, they've got goaltending, they've got 3-4 lines that can run at you, scoring, you name it, they've got it all. And this is a team that's also really, really tested. They're the defending champs of this thing, so they're looking to win it again here in 2019. But as far as bucket list items go for me, I've crossed off a few the last couple of years. I crossed off the Kentucky Derby, I crossed off the Belmont, I crossed off the Preakness, I've crossed off a few, but this was up there. I really wanted to go to a Frozen Four, and just being 2 hours away is so easy to get to the place. You can make a down and back trip and then be here all day Friday and then go back on Saturday in the middle of the afternoon and not miss a beat. So the event is absolutely positively everything and anything that you can imagine. And it's really, I think, a testament to the city of Buffalo and to places like Minnesota and Philadelphia and some of these other places where they keep coming back. And I was actually stunned at the crowd last night. It was actually pretty bare. The third level had a lot of open seats, a lot of pockets of seats. The corners were empty. I was a little bit surprised by that. But those who were there made a heck of a lot of noise. This is going to be a terrific final. UMass and Minnesota Duluth, no 2 teams are more deserving of being there. And Duluth is one of the prototypical programs in college hockey. They are basically what North Carolina is in terms of what their success has been. Denver losing to UMass, I actually had predicted Denver to win the whole thing. It took overtime to beat Denver, but they're a team that's been around for a long time as well. So really looking forward to the final. I think it's going to be a terrific battle of, a little bit of a test of will and some systematic things going on with Minnesota Duluth, a team that can beat you with defense. In the middle of the ice, they can hold, they can forecheck, or they can move really fast too. I think tempo of this game is going to be a huge deal considering how fast UMass likes to play. That's going to be something to keep an eye on. Minnesota Duluth, again, can do a lot of different things on the ice. So And John Buccigross and Barry Melrose will have the call again. They were great. I watched the highlights this morning of both games. I've had both of them I've interviewed. Barry Melrose, I just recently had on my podcast, I think it was last year, actually a year ago around this time, talking some Stanley Cup playoffs. And then, of course, John Buccigross, when I was in Albany for a short time, he came to our golf tournament and played, and he is a hell of a player, by the way. So they do a great job. I got to see my buddy Zig Fracassi last night, who's with SiriusXM. He's one of the best in the business. He's been hosting radio, doing anchor updates and all the rest. A guy who was at WNSA in Buffalo back when I interned there in 2000, 2001, and 2002. So long ago, but the memories are right there. And spotted Zig on Twitter, took a quick selfie, and I said, well, where are you? He said, I'm up in the press box. So I said, well, why don't you come down and meet me? So he did, and we had a nice chat with him and my dad there before the second game. So if you can get to a Frozen Four, I would recommend it, no matter where it is. It's going to absolutely positively be something that is going to resonate with you. You're going to remember it for a long time. I think now that I've crossed this off, I still have two biggies at the top. I still got to get to the Masters. I've still got to get to the Ryder Cup. I want to get to all the golf majors, frankly, as well. And then there's also the World Series, the Final Four, and the Super Bowl. Those are all certainly on the list now at the top. But heading back out tomorrow night to Buffalo. Can't wait for the game. Make sure you hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports. And of course, download and subscribe to my podcast. Leave a 5-star review and some feedback all over Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the Podbean app, Stitcher, and YouTube, and Tumblr. Well, look, it's 9 minutes with me here from Rosie's Corner. You got to get here to Rosie's Corner. Jason, Jody, and the gang, they're really doing it right. They've got the hot and cold subs. They've got pizza and wings. You can get a ton of different combinations. They've got chicken and grilled chicken salads, grilled chicken salads and regular salads in the cooler, and then you can get your fish Friday. They've got a couple of other big-time themed food days. If you paid attention to the Meatloaf Monday, or you pay attention to some of the pork that they roll out, they're going to have a lot of great stuff going on as well as we get ready to transition into spring and summer. And make sure that you do like their Facebook page. They've always got a lot of great stuff here in terms of promoting and putting pictures of their pizzas up and all the rest. Like Rosie's Corner on Facebook for sure, and you can also get Rosie's Corner on Grubhub. So keep an eye out for that as well, and you can get that discount from Grubhub as well. When you come in, you can grab some cards and go from there. So make sure you get here to Rosie's Corner. Make sure you get to a Frozen Four. I will say one other thing too, that yesterday, the wings that I had at Elmo's were absolutely amazing. My buddy Owen Gregg from St. Bonaventure has said that it's kind of like the best kept secret in Buffalo for chicken wings, and he's always thought that they're the most underrated. They're not his favorite, but he thinks that they're the most underrated, and man, were those unbelievable. And then we went to Gabriel's Gate, which is just incredible. If I had to power rank my chicken wings, I would probably go Gabriel's Gate 1, I would go Swanee House 2, I would go Anchor Bar 3, and then probably Elmo's 4, and then Duff's 5. So I still got to try a few more places, but that's how I would rank them after having Elmo's yesterday. Again, appreciate you watching 9 Minutes with me, Mike Lindsley, on IGTV, YouTube, and Facebook. Hit me up on Instagram, Mike L Sports 1979, and of course Twitter at Mike L Sports as well. And of course, as I always tell you, enjoy the games.